Hi everyone, I'm Kelsey and welcome back to my channel, Connecting with Spirit. So in today's video, I'm going to be connecting into the Lion collective consciousness, and I am going to be channeling a healing and some messages from the lions. So yeah, looking forward to this one, to seeing what comes through, what energy comes through, what messages come through. And it was really interesting. So the animals usually reach out to me to let me know who wants to come in next for me to channel, and I hadn't even channeled tortoise, and lion was already trying to come in. So I have this box full of it's just little animals, well, paper with the names of animals written on them, that I used for some other video I was doing. I think it was a pick a card reading or something like that. So you can see full of little things like this with names of animals on it. And I was picking up my cards one of the days, and there was one of those bits of paper stuck to the cards, and it was lion. Didn't think too much about it, just noticed it and put the card and started to work with the cards. Just put the little piece of paper back, and then I think it was the next day I picked out my cards, and the piece of paper, a little piece of paper, just flew out of the box of cards, and I looked at it and it was lion again. So I thought, oh, okay, this is definitely the lion energy trying to get my attention, to say that it wants to come in next for me to channel. So here I am, and I connected into lion energy earlier this week, just to see if there was any messages to come through and to get an idea of what this healing was going to be about. And this is what lion said. So lion said that they are the sacred code keepers of the light codes of justice. And when we're talking about justice, it is divine justice. So I'm not quite sure what that means exactly. I'm hoping to get more information as we go through this channeling, what exactly divine justice is. And the whole time I was connecting to lions, I just kept seeing this male lion, beautiful mane, and he was just roaring the whole time. So the roar was coming in. It seems to be very important, and they were saying that a lion's roar is a call for justice to be done. So it's just kind of like roaring out for that divine justice. And the healing that they wanted me to bring through today is for if something has happened and you feel like justice hasn't been done. This is the healing for you, because the energy is going to come in, the lines are going to come in, and it's basically a call for justice, for divine justice to be done on your behalf, depending on what it is that's happened. So I think it's a very interesting one. We'll see how it unfolds and what comes through. But yeah, just sitting in the lion energy, and it's just so beautiful. It's very much solar plexus energy. It feels very powerful. It's like solar energy. And also it feels just like standing your ground, something along those lines, this feeling. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this energy. We're just going to get into this healing and channeling now. Okay. So if this sounds like something you'd like to receive, please do give your permission in whatever way feels comfortable for you. And I'm just going to ask my healing team of light to connect me in to all of those souls who have given their permission to receive this energy healing today from the Lion Collective. Thank you very much. And I'm going to call in all of your healing teams of light, calling in all of your healing teams of light, calling in all of your healing teams of light to just assist and support us during this session. I'm going to ask everyone, my healing teams of light and the angels, to activate a sacred healing space around us all now energetically. So generally, I usually see us all sitting in circle. You might get a different sense or a different visualization. And then I see like a lattice dome enclosing all of us. And today, because I usually see like silver or gold or white, but today I'm hearing it's a purple one. And just asking Archangel Michael, calling in Archangel Michael, calling in Archangel Michael. I'm going to ask Michael just to activate the Inanna around this sacred space, around us for this session. And this is just angelic protection, so predominantly archangels will be coming around the space just to protect us. And this is your opportunity to tune in with your psychic senses to see what you can sense, to feel the energy as I just prepare the space for us. Thank you. And I'm hearing to call in the element of water for a cleanse as well. So I'm going to call in the element of water, calling in the element of water, calling in the element of water. I'm just going to ask the water to cleanse each and every one of us now in the sacred space of any and all negative energy, energetic debris, non-beneficial energy, and any energy that you might have picked up as you've gone around about your day, or even at night if you're wandering around the astrals. Just any energy that's no longer serving you or does not need to be present this time, as this beautiful water element just washes all of that energy away and transmutes it. Okay, so I'm also feeling with the water, it is almost like soothing and balancing your emotions, your emotional body as well with this cleanse. So I instantly just felt more relaxed and soothed as this water element came in. So you might be noticing that as well. A wave of relaxation, like just rolling over you. It's actually really beautiful energy from water. Very sort of tranquil. Thank you very much. So I'm just seeing the lions come in. I'm hearing Nemean lion, but I don't know where I know that word from. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But that's what I'm hearing. I'll have to look that up after this. I'm just seeing a male lion in the sacred space with us, with his just massive mane, and he's huge, like a really huge specimen of a male lion. Absolutely beautiful. And he's like prowling around the center of the circle. almost like creating space, setting this space energetically, preparing each and every one of us to receive this energy. I'm also hearing as being, there's blessings being given as well. And I'm just really drawn to his mane. I haven't even seen his eyes, which is unusual because it's usually the animals will go around and like make eye contact with you, but I am not seeing his eyes right now. It's almost like he's turned away and I can just see his beautiful mane. So I'm getting the impression there are some lionesses as well, but they seem to be sitting down further away while this male lion prowls within this space. Excuse me. Okay, so now I hear him and see him roaring. And it's a call, like I had said, about a call for divine justice. Feel like it's a bit of a sound healing as well. The roar being like light language. So you might be aware I'm actually feeling, particularly my chest there, heart kind of vibrating. So just tuning into your body and seeing what you can sense and feeling this energy, because it's immense, quite honestly. Immense energy from the lion. Making my whole chest sort of vibrate. And some clearing happening as well with this sound healing and the mighty roar. And now I'm just seeing him lie down and rest his head on his paws. Almost like my bit is done. You're up next, Kelsey. Type thing. His bit is done for now. And that we're energetically prepared. Protection is we're in the sacred space. So I'm going to bring down this immense, beautiful energy from source, this lion energy. It's of the highest and purest love and light vibrational frequency. Sort of seeing it as a yellowy gold. With touches of silver, I'm hearing. And this energy is going to spiral down into your stellar gateway chakra. Just opening and activating your stellar gateway to lion energy. And again, just taking a moment to tune into this energy, to see what you can feel, what you can sense with your psychic senses. As the lion energy comes in and it spirals down into your soul star chakra, just above your head, opening and activating your soul star to lion energy. And I'm feeling it's quite hot. This lion energy, the temperature is certainly climbing as we're just bringing this energy down now. And there seems to be like something stuck in my throat, can't seem to clear it right now. as this beautiful yellowy lemony gold with silver bits. It comes down into the crown, opening and activating your crown chakra to lion energy and divine justice. Okay. Something here in the crown. Let's have a look. Just being told the energy is building. It's like it's pooling in the crown chakra. Seeing like a golden lotus flower opening up on the crown. I'm hearing it's like an antenna. It's the words that are coming in. An antenna for what exactly? Divine justice. So it kind of feels like there's an activation happening here so that you can hold the vibration of that energy, divine justice, so you attract those circumstances to you that is in alignment with divine justice. And it is really quite beautiful, this beautiful golden lotus. The energy is very strong. In the crown, strong yet powerful, but then there's also this gentleness to it, a softness to it as well, which is very interesting. I'm hearing that's the divinity, the divine energy. So just giving this activation another minute or two to really anchor in to your crown chakra. So feeling some resistance coming up to this energy of divine justice. I'm just gonna check in and see what the resistance is. It's kind of like you might be feeling unsure and uncertain as to what divine justice is exactly, so you can't fully accept this energy until you have a clear understanding of what it is. Which is understandable. Oh my goodness. So I'm just gonna ask, because this was one of my questions as well, what exactly is divine justice? So what I'm hearing is it's quite complex. There's different bits to it, almost as like so the score is settled. It feels like if people have put obstacles in your path, curses, evil eyes, these sorts of things, it's like with this divine justice, if they're trying to do that, it gets repelled and sent back to them straight away, so that that darker energy, those malevolent intentions, can no longer muck up whatever it is that you've got going for you right now. It can't create an obstacle in your path. It can't impede you in any way. And it's also for like now going forward, but it's also after the effect. So if this has been happening in the past and you've had to recover from whatever things that have happened, it feels like the divine justice is also going to apply to that. And it's like all that bad energy that had been directed at you is going to rebound back to the sender. That's what it feels like. Feels being very divinely protected. I want to say like cocooned. I'm nearly seeing, because when I work with Metatron, I usually put down a pillar of light, and it's kind of almost like that, but a cocoon of, it looks like that goldeny white light around you, just being placed in around you as well, like you're held in a cocoon in a place of safety. Okay, so I'm also hearing as well, so for an example, if you had been abused and that abusive energy was sent to you, and you were deeply traumatized as a result, maybe you have had to take a long time to recover and to heal through whatever the abuse and the trauma of the abuse was. It's like all that energy that they put out, the abuse, wanting to hurt you, the anger, whatever it was, it's like that's going to rebound back to them. Hearing the words like karmic justice, because a lot of the time the energy might have been projected onto you and you took it as your energy, like it was your programming, and you internalized it, and then you held that energy, and then you vibrated that out, and then you might have had to take responsibility for that, even though it wasn't really your energy, but you had to end up clearing it or healing from the impact of taking that on, whatever the case may be. But it feels like that energy that wasn't yours, that was put out onto you, is going back to the sender. Even if you have done the work to clear, to heal, to transmute, to transform, all that sort of stuff, it's like the divine has kept the score and will be settling the score. So those ill intentions and that energy that has been put on you, even if you've done the work, is going to go back to the sender. I'm hearing the words like they're going to have to clean up their own mess. The energy that they have been putting out is going to go back to them. Like a cause and effect type thing, law of attraction type thing. Karmically, because they've been vibrating whatever the vibration is. Maybe it's like hate or anger or jealousy, whatever it is, it's just going to rebound and be attracted back to them. Yeah, and I just keep hearing the divine is settling the score. On your behalf. Because what you got mixed up in wasn't your fault. Even though you might have had to learn to take responsibility for all the energy in your energy fields, what happened wasn't your fault. Thank you. So now seeing a shower, like almost like a waterfall, flowing down. It's very much molten golden. There's some white light, silver, but it does look very like yellowy golden energy just cascading down around you now. Might feel it just as if someone is almost as if they have a bucket and they're just pouring it down your head, and then it's kind of all cascading down your head and further down your body. That's what it feels like to me. Almost like the consistency of honey, that sort of thick substance. Okay, thank you very much. So we will continue to bring down this energy from the lines into your third eye chakra, just opening and activating your third eye to divine justice and lion energy. As the energy continues to flow into your throat chakra, opening and activating your throat to lion energy and divine justice. There's definitely something here because I couldn't stop coughing and I could just feel it as the energy was coming in. So what is here at the throat? So feeling like it's divine justice being done where words were spoken to you, horrible things were said to you out of like hate, because they wanted to hurt you, they wanted to crush you. I'm hearing they wanted to control you, whatever the malevolent intention was, or the emotional sort of negative emotional, let's say, but ill intent that was spoken to you with the intention to harm, to hurt. That divine justice is going to be done in relation to that as well. I'm just getting the sense that it's very much to do with your intention behind the words that you are speaking. And to be mindful of that. And even if you reacted to whatever this was, verbal abuse or just words that were meant to hurt you, even if you reacted in anger or whatever, it would all depend on your intention. So it just feels like for the majority of you, the intention behind it was just to protect yourself, to stand up for yourself. Because it almost feels like there's a sense of regret around whatever you said in reaction to whatever it was they said to you. Almost like you were kicking yourself. You're like, oh my god, why did I say that? I'm like such a bad person for saying that, for like lashing out in anger. Like reactive abuse type thing, where someone just constantly pushes your button to the point where you fucking just snap and you act totally out of character. So it might be like for a very long time you've suppressed the anger, and then they just say something and it's the straw that broke the camel's back, and the whole flow of rage just comes pouring out, and you just act in a way that you isn't in alignment with you or how you normally act before, and in a way you normally act usually, let's say. So there just feels like there's some clearing and some healing coming in for this for you. And just a feeling of a huge sense of injustice. Because it seems like for a lot of you in the moment you mightn't have been able to put words on what was happening. This sort of psychological abuse, this sort of mind games where they know how to push your buttons, it's like emotional manipulation, emotional abuse as well. And maybe at the time you didn't know what the words were to explain what was happening. Maybe you had to do a bit of work, you had to do a bit of research and come to an understanding of what this was exactly. Because there is like this feeling of confusion, like you're being played with, your emotions are being messed with. Just quite couldn't put your finger on it. These sorts of mind games and manipulations where they did it to control you, and it was done intentionally with purpose. And yeah, this sense of injustice because, I don't know, it might have happened when other people were around. The other person who was harassing you basically might have filmed it and showed it to other people. But this just sense of totally that what was happening wasn't what it appeared to be, because they didn't see the lead up to this. They didn't see how the other person poked you constantly. They just didn't see any of that, and they're just seeing this small snippet that's been taken out of the context of the bigger picture, and it paints you in the bad light. It paints you as the person who might be abusive or what they would say like mentally unstable, crazy, whatever it is, but that's not the case at all. This is abuse, it is manipulation, and they are controlling the narrative by doing this to you. So some healing coming in for this, for you. And a sense of like divine justice being done in that the truth will come to light. So this person, whoever it is, the mask will slip. Other people will see who they really are, and they'll start questioning things. Maybe they are already sort of questioning it, but because what they're saying is just so, and seeing the video is has quite a hold on them because they're being manipulated as well. They might have had that little bit of doubt, but maybe they have silenced it, but it just feels like the truth will come to light, and those doubts that they might have about the truth of the situation, they might start listening to them and be able to see the truth of what is actually happening, and that it's not you, that you are in fact the victim in these circumstances, and they will eventually be able to see the truth of the situation and who this person really is. It's like the divine, your spirit guides, your healing team of light will, it's almost like engineer circumstance where that mask slips and people can see this person for who it is they really are. And it won't be pretty is what I'm hearing. And again, this is divine justice, where someone has manipulated the circumstances, controlled the narrative to make it seem like they're the victim or they're the nice person, they're lovely and all the rest of it, when that is the total opposite of who it is they really are. The divine justice is them being exposed for who it is they really are, and for the abuse coming to light. And it also feels for you getting the support that you need and being believed, because that's a huge thing in this situation, that it's just so unbelievably frustrating and rage inducing, that other people cannot see the truth of what's happening. And like you just feel like you want to shake them and wake them up and be like, my goodness, how can you not see this person for who they really are? And it can be a very lonely place, and you might be feeling so alone, because it seems like the abuser has everyone on their side and you, the victim, are absolutely alone. But there's also reassurance that wants to come in for you as well from spirit, to say that you're never alone. Energetically, at least. Physically there mightn't be anybody there, but energetically, your healing team of light, your spirit guides, your guardian angel, even those loved ones who have passed over, who are now in spirit, are always with you. And if you can't sense it, if you can't feel it, to ask your healing team of light, help me to feel it. I am feeling alone, but I don't want to feel alone, so help me to feel that, like you are there, that help me to feel the support, help me to feel the love that you have for me, whatever sort of words come to mind. It's just a call for you, firstly, to assure you that you're not alone, and secondly, for you to ask, if you can't feel it, if you can't see it, to ask for that to be shown, or for you to be able to feel it, whatever feels best for you. Because divine justice will be done. And there's also something around the timing, to not get disheartened if it doesn't happen right away, if it doesn't happen really fast type thing, because divine timing also comes into play with this, in that it will happen when it's meant to, when it's almost like a chessboard I'm seeing, when all the pieces are in place, the mask will fall, the chips fall where they may, and it'll happen when it happens type thing. So to not get too bogged down or disheartened in relation to the timing of it, but to just know in your heart that it's going to happen, and to feel into that, to reassure yourself if that sort of anxiety, that worry comes up. And to maybe take that time, just a minute or two for yourself now, to feel into that, to say to yourself, divine justice will be done, and just to check in with your body, with your intuition, how that feels as you say those words. So for me, I always feel when it's a full body yes, my whole channel of chakras will just open up and expand, and I can feel it like almost this, it's like a pillar, and it's just very strong and open, and it's like yes. So some clearing happening with that as well. And to just come back and say that to yourself, to reassure yourself whenever it is that you need to hold on to this feeling that divine justice will be done. Thank you. Okay, something else here in the throat. Okay, something to do with power, the power of your voice. If you were like silenced in some way, maybe you were threatened to stay quiet, to not say whatever it was that was happening to you. If you were blackmailed, if you were coerced, if your life was threatened, the divine justice is going to be done here as well. And the truth will come out. And I'm hearing set you free as well. Again, something around a narrative being controlled, words being spoken that paints you in a bad light when that's not the case. Just feels very much like lies and deception, almost like a web that's being woven around you, and it's not true at all. And then, yeah, other people getting tangled up into this web as well. And they're enabling it while also being manipulated themselves. It's like divine justice will be done to any sort of areas where your reputation has been tarnished. when it's a case of like that's not who it is you are at all. And it's almost like your own light is gonna shine brightly and show other people who it is that you are. But I am getting also the sense that because they're deeply ingrained in this manipulation, that they mightn't be able to see it because the hold over them is so strong. But it's almost like your light is going to be able to free yourself and all those other people from these webs that have been wound around in relation to the manipulation, in relation to this false narrative that's been created. Hearing the words, the light wins. This came through in another video that I did recently. That message, the light wins. That it might look pretty dark right now. It might look like everyone's on the side of the abuser, the perpetrator, that they're sucked into that narrative and they believe it and whatnot. But it only looks like that now. It's not always going to be like that, because divine justice will be done. And it's like when the light shines, there is no darkness, like there is no shadow. Properly, the light shines on everything to expose whatever darkness or shadowy things that are there. It's all just going to come up, and it can't be stopped. Because yeah, just feeling this powerful solar energy, this powerful light from the lions and the divine energy. It's just almost blinding. Thank you. So also hearing justice being done when it comes to an abuse of power. Your power has been abused, specifically when it comes to speaking. Also feeling in relation to consent, like where you said no, but no wasn't taken for an answer. It was completely ignored, dismissed, and things happened as a result, even though you said no. That sort of abuse of power. Power being your ability to choose for yourself, and you made a choice in that decision. You said no, and it was not respected. It was not honored. Divine justice being done in relation to this. And it just feels like, oh, this is emotional. Like such a violation to do that, to totally ignore and dishonor someone's power, someone's divine free will to decide for themselves, and to go against that and do the thing even when the other person has said no. It just feels absolutely abhorrent, like appalling. Almost like the divine energy absolutely condemns this thing. It's like one of the worst things of the worst things. Evil. so divine justice will be done. Okay, big breath after that. So bringing this energy, this lion energy down into the heart, the higher heart, the heart chakra, opening up these areas to the lion energy and to divine justice. Again, just feeling tremendous amounts of injustice. Like it was, yeah, just not fair what happened, what was done. And it just feels like at a really deep soul level, it's one of those situations where you're like, I just don't understand how justice hasn't been done in this situation. I just can't wrap my head around it. I can't fathom how these people can just get away with everything that they're doing. It's just so deeply unfair. Almost a sense of these people again who are creating the false narratives, who are manipulating the circumstances, controlling things, who are, I want to say, the blackest of hearts. They just have malevolent intentions, but they might appear like the nicest person you'd ever meet, but that's not who they really are. And it just seems like they get away with everything because no one, maybe you and a select handful of people, can see, but that doesn't seem to make any difference. Even if you go around telling people who this person really is, they don't believe you because of this mask this person wears, and because of them appearing to be a saint almost, that no one believes you and people think that you're crazy, and just the amount of injustice around this is immense. Also feeling like for some of you, you might have taken your abuser, your perpetrator to court, and even with, maybe you might have had a lot of evidence and the person still wasn't convicted, like they got away with it. Nothing was done, justice was absolutely not done, and you were just left absolutely rattled, shaken, traumatized, reeling from this because you were like, how on earth? I had this evidence, how on earth could the ruling not rule in my favor when I am actually the actual victim? It just boggles the mind. There feels to be a lot of that as well. And I'm just so sorry if that's you, if that's what you've been through. There just feels like so much hurt and pain around this, heartbreak, heartache, the unfairness. And just like the system has failed you utterly, completely, and totally. And you're just so disillusioned now because the justice system is supposed to do what's right. Justice is supposed to be done, but that hasn't happened at all. And you just feel so disillusioned, disheartened, almost broken, I want to say. The level of devastation is immense. So tough, so tough. A lot of grief and sadness and again unfairness around this. But it feels like, again, this is emotional, there's a spark of hope still there. And it's almost like the divine is putting it there if it's not there, and stoking that spark of hope, and letting you know that that system might have failed you, but divine justice will be done. Because divine justice works in favor of the light and those who operate from the light, who operate from the heart, who holds Christ consciousness energy. Something else about that, the system currently in place not being supportive of that. So some clearing happening, some healing coming in from the heart. It just feels like, oh, like really heavy, really devastated, like soul wounds being inflicted, feeling just let down, unsupported, betrayed. And I can feel daggers, swords just out the back of you. So I'm just going to ask the angels and the lions to gently pull these out of you now. Excuse me, just burping as that energy is clearing. Asking for that energy to be transmuted, and anywhere where those swords or daggers, knives are pulled out of you, to be healed and repaired at a soul level upwards. Thank you. There's something here about the eyes, because since we started, my eyes have just been really weird, almost like I can't see, like there's a film in over them or something. So that film, or if there's energy there in front of your eyes, that's just going to be removed and cleared. It's like so you can see the divine justice being done. As this energy comes down your shoulders, arms, into the palms of your hands, opening and activating your palm chakras to lion energy and divine justice. Oh my goodness, feels like there's someone, almost like the lion is sitting on your chest, the weight on the chest there, and on the shoulders, like you're carrying a heavy burden. Just this energy being cleared and released from you. For some of you, it feels like this, you just couldn't breathe properly with the weight of this that it was that you've been carrying. The weight of the secret, the weight of the truth. And almost like because you didn't have anywhere to say the truth, you didn't have an outlet. Maybe there was no one you could speak to. There was nowhere you could vent because people just wouldn't believe you. You didn't think they would believe you, or they haven't believed you. And in some cases it feels like you suppressed and repressed the truth because you thought, that's the only thing I can do. It just felt like you had to give up. The mountain was just too big to climb. Just faced too much adversity, you just faced too much abuse, too many people telling you you were crazy, that they didn't believe you, that you were wrong, you were mistaken, that you needed help. When that wasn't the case at all. So when it was either you were the victim of whatever it was that you were happening, or you're just highly observant and highly intuitive, and you're picking up information that other people just cannot pick up, and you can see straight through those veils of illusion that someone is trying to weave and create a false picture of who it is they are when that's not the case. And you might point it out, you'll know straight away, and you point it out to other people and they're like, what? You're off your rocker type thing. But it's not the case. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are just highly intuitive and highly observant. Energy is your first language, and you read that, you process that before anything else. Doesn't matter what anybody says, doesn't matter what anybody does. The energy will tell you who someone is, and that's what you take. And it's like you've been condemned for this, you've been persecuted for this, you've been alienated, ostracized, bullied, abandoned, because you are highly intuitive. And there's just something, again, the injustice around this. You might be the only one seeing this, you might be the only one speaking the truth, you might be the only one standing up. And there's just so much injustice around this as well. And divine justice coming in for this. Because it's like you spoke up, you felt the truth, you pointed the truth out to everybody, you stood in that energy of truth, you maybe spoke from your heart, but to no avail. Like, it fell on deaf ears. But there's just something really important in that as well. Standing in your truth and saying it regardless of what everyone else thinks and believes, even though it is unbelievably hard to do. The amount of courage and bravery it takes to do that, in spite of the adversity or whatever it is, abuse that might come your way, of standing in your truth and speaking your truth. It's like there's just so much love and support for you from the divine for doing that. It's cherished. It's very powerful. And it's lion energy. It is absolutely lion energy, and I want to cry with this. Where you're just standing strong in your truth, speaking it. having that courage and being brave, even in the face of darkness. Something super sacred about it as well, and just divine. As this energy continues to move down into your solar plexus chakra, opening and activating your solar plexus to this lion energy, to divine justice, again, I'm hearing that abuse of power, that dishonoring of consent not being honored, or a no not being honored. Okay, something else here around feeling like outnumbered, overpowered, like people ganging up on you because you're the one speaking the truth, like the black sheep almost, that you're the one standing in the truth, speaking the truth, the only one with integrity, it feels like, and these other people are just not. They've gotten caught up in whatever the manipulation is in that web, and they are enabling the abuser. They also might be abusing as well, and you're just outnumbered, overpowered is the feeling I'm getting with this. And it's a really tough position to be in. Really difficult one. It's a sense of like powerlessness, helplessness, and hopelessness, because it feels like you are going up against all these people and you can't change a thing. You know, you can't convince them. You can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, type thing. You can't, despite what it is that you're saying, they're just not seeing it, they're not believing it. It doesn't matter what you do or say, it just feels like you can't change anything. It's unbelievably frustrating, and the level of injustice as well is huge, and unfairness. It just feels like you are hammering against a wall with a toothpick. Like, it's just not going to happen. You're not going to be able to bring down the wall. Getting the sense that Shekinah, Holy Spirit, is coming in as well. The words I'm hearing is God doesn't abandon his soldiers. But in this case, it feels like her soldiers. You haven't been abandoned by the divine, even though it might seem like that, it might feel like that. The divine is always on your side. And has been, and is, and will be, and will continue to be pulling strings behind the scenes in your favor. Again, even if it seemed like that hasn't been the case, because it does feel like as well that some things might have had to play out karmically type thing in order to free yourself fully. So you might have been like, oh my goodness, how is this even allowed, this circumstance that I'm finding myself in? It just feels like because there's some things that needed to play out karmically in order so you can free yourself fully. And then it's like once you free yourself from the karma, divine justice can come into play. Also feels like a lot of you might have been like, well, how can God let these terrible things happen? Like, I thought God was supposed to be benevolent, this divine energy. How can God let this happen? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it. Like, you've lost faith, you've lost belief. You feel almost disillusioned. Almost like you're feeling like you're being punished. And you just don't understand. Why God could condemn you in this way. So just some clearing and healing coming in for this, for your emotions. And I don't have an answer to this one myself. I feel like it's an excellent question. And I am wondering what the truth of that is too. Maybe one day we'll get our answer. Okay. So you continue to bring down this energy into the sacral chakra, opening and activating the sacral to divine justice and lion energy. So I'm hearing emotional manipulation, where your emotions have been manipulated, divine justice coming in for that. Any sort of emotional abuse, sexual abuse that you might have suffered because of your sexuality, or if you were entrapped or imprisoned, controlled in any way, divine justice coming in for this. Also hearing something around creativity and if you had to suppress parts of who it is that you really are because of how someone else made you feel, or you might have been abused because you showed those aspects of yourself. So it could be to do with gifts that you have creatively, or like spiritual gifts, intuition, psychic sort of senses, where you showed them to people and they told you you were crazy, or what are you doing that, and you were just abused as a result. These sorts of things. Divine justice coming in for this as well. Also getting the sense where the justice might also look like where you get those parts of yourself back, those aspects of yourself. There could be a case of like soul loss, or where you might have disconnected from them, or you suppress them as a result of whatever it is that happened, and it feels like you're gonna get that back. You're gonna reconnect with those aspects of yourself, and as a result you're gonna flourish. You're gonna stand in those aspects of yourself, and it's almost like those gifts are going to be the keys for your success. And there is a sense of those things being deliberately targeted, because the people around you could see how bright a light you were, how bright of a spark you were, how intelligent you were, how intuitive you were, how gifted you were, and they wanted to suppress that. They wanted to like squish that because they aren't that. They were jealous of the gifts that you had. They wanted them for themselves. They knew they didn't have them. It was almost like trying to hold you back, keep you down, so that you wouldn't succeed and be better, greater, or whatever it is than them. And some of you knew this, some of you know this, and just feel such injustice. How this just wasn't was so unfair that this was allowed to happen, that this happened in the first place. That they held you back, that they kept you small, that you couldn't flourish as a result, you couldn't thrive. You had to go through the pain of this experience of being abused or bullied or whatever it was, because of these unique gifts that you had, and that you couldn't just thrive straight away. You know, you had to go through this experience, the pain, the hurt, the heartbreak, the healing, and it might have taken you a very long time, and you're just like, why couldn't I have come in and have those parts of myself accepted and nourished? Why did I have to go through this horrifically painful journey? The injustice and unfairness of it. Like, who would I have been had I not been abused in this way? Had I been actually nurtured? How much time I would have saved? You know, how much grief and hardship and pain that I wouldn't have had to endure. You know, all that suffering that I had to go through. What would have been like had I not had to go through it? Had the path been easier for me? It seems like a lot of injustice around that as well. And again, something like you just always see these people get away with it. There doesn't seem to be any karma. Maybe they have good luck. Maybe the things just go right for them, and you're like, what? I'm a good person. I try and do what's right. I follow my heart. I do all the right things, and yet it's just been such a struggle for me. And yet I see these people and I know their intentions are bad, and yet they seem to get everything that they want to see, or they get everything that they want. And it just doesn't make sense, and it just seems so unfair. The total injustice of it all. And again, something like where they just seem totally unaffected, where your life has been completely turned upside down, depending on whatever it is that's happened, and you might have trauma, you might have PTSD, you might be worrying you can't sleep at night, your health has been affected, and they are totally grand. Perfect health, can sleep soundly like a baby. Finances grand, relationships seem to be fine, not a bother on them, and you're just like, how on earth is this happening? This doesn't make sense. This is not fair. It's just such injustice. Whew. As we continue to bring this light, goldeny yellowy, down into your root chakra, opening and activating your root to the lion energy and divine justice. Excuse me. Excuse me, a lot of clearing happening here in the root chakra. So a lot of injustice, unfairness around, your basic needs not being met. So whether it's, I don't know, you don't have money, you don't even have a roof over your head, a food issue, safety, supported, like foundational stuff, you were brought up and you felt unloved. Just a very much huge sense of injustice around these sorts of things. So for some of you, like family not being family. For others of you, like you might have been abandoned and you don't know your family. Maybe you're brought up in an orphanage. Or there was a death and family members' parents were taken too soon. Maybe it was during childbirth that your mother died. These sorts of foundational circumstances where you didn't have those supports that you should have had. Talking like family estrangement, maybe marriages didn't work out, broke up, or people just left, abandoned you. For whatever reason. just a few different scenarios coming up here, but it's all to do with foundational um, roots, basic needs, these sorts of things. So for some of you, feeling like just intense and immense fear, terror, that you were brought up in a place where you didn't feel safe. They didn't feel nurtured, that you didn't feel cherished. Just a deep sense of injustice, and also like, what was wrong with me that they couldn't love me? What was wrong with me that they abandoned me? What was wrong with me? What was wrong with me? Like, why did these things to happen to me? What was wrong with me? Nothing was wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. So divine justice coming in for this as well. So something else coming in relation to being sheltered. So physically, not having a roof over your head or being homeless, but also where it was a case of one parent didn't shelter you from the bad behavior of another type thing. One parent didn't protect you from the bad behavior of another. That they just failed you in that, and a huge sense of injustice around that as well. Where you just weren't sheltered or protected in the way that you should have been from other people, whether it's family members, another parent, siblings, or even something that was happening outside in your environment. You just weren't sheltered from it in the way that you should have been. Again, something else, some things being hidden, feels like almost being blackmailed, threatened. This sort of energy in the root. And again, yeah, injustice because they got away with blackmailing you. They got away with threatening you. It feels like some of you might have been witnesses to a crime, and the person who did it got away with it. Also feeling like people stealing stuff, this sort of thing, from you, and they got away with it. And this also pertains to like physical things, but also other things that people took from you that you can't get back. To spell it out, like your virginity. This sort of thing. Your choice to choose that for yourself. your innocence, your safety, your sanity, like your peace of mind, your health. It just feels like you feel like other people have taken those things from you. You feel like you can't get them back. Okay, I'm just gonna invite you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth with this, because this is very difficult energy that we're working through. Might also be a bit triggering, might also be quite emotional as well. So seeing the lions coming in close to you, particularly this male lion, almost, well, sitting, lying beside you like cats do, to just give you some comfort, provide you with some support and love. Almost seeing myself stroking the beautiful mane on this magnificent lion. So feel free to visualize yourself doing that as well. Just seeing and feeling the lion on my right side and stroking his beautiful mane. As this energy continues to move down into your knee chakras, opening and activating your knees to lion energy and divine justice. As the energy continues to move down into your feet, opening and activating your feet chakras to lion energy and divine justice. So it feels like there's some injustice around, not being able to move forward, depending on whatever the circumstances was, being entrapped or imprisoned as well, immobilized in some way, paralyzed in some way, because of what happened, what was done to you, and a huge sense of injustice around that. Also might be questioning if you brought it on yourself, this sort of thing. Doubts coming up. If you did, maybe did something to deserve it. These sorts of things coming up as well. And the answer I'm hearing is no. There's nothing that you did or didn't do that would have resulted in you deserving this or bringing this on yourself. And that just almost feels like even more injustice. Then if that's the case, why me? Why did this happen to me? Why was I targeted? How unfair this is. Like feeling almost, this isn't a blessing, this is a curse. this energy continues down into your Earth Star chakra. In the earth, opening and activating your Earth Star chakra to this lion energy and divine justice. So, money issues coming up, like embezzlement, someone stealing money from you, skimming money off the top. Stuff to do with your accounts. Basically, people just doing shady things in relation to your finances and money issues and them getting away with it. Justice not being done. If you took them to court or if you didn't, maybe the evidence wasn't there or whatever the circumstance might be, or even if they did go to court but maybe the sentence was really lenient or whatever and you felt like this still isn't justice. Justice still hasn't been done. So something here to do with like charities, like being a front, not doing what they say they're doing and actually doing the opposite of what it is that they're supposed to be doing and what it is they're supposed to be standing for, that it's all a front. Just injustice around that. A big one. Wars going on right now. Bombs. Just the absolute needless destruction of people and also property. Just a huge sense of injustice around that. Also feels like for some of you might be rallying to get some sort of movement to proclaim how unfair this is, like how much of an abomination this is, that it shouldn't be happening. Why are certain parties allowing it to happen? How is it even going on? Like, it's just, I don't even have the words because it's just absolutely atrocious. And you're standing there, you're watching it, and you're just in absolute horror and disbelief as to the injustice of it and why it's not being stopped. How anyone could let this continue or even happen in the first place. Your mind is just absolutely blown and boggled, and you just feel disillusioned as well. Because those structures in place that are supposed to be defending this or standing up against this, it's just not happening. You might also be using your voice to stand up to protest, and it's falling on deaf ears, and you're like, what on earth? Also hearing injustice in relation to sex trafficking, child sex trafficking. There's something here as well, like the poor and wealthy divide, how a certain percentage of the population can have so much money, and how the other majority of the population hardly has any money or resources, and how it just feels so out of balance and unfair. It's a thing about how the rich people can ask people who don't have a lot of money for charity, this, that, and the other, for sponsors and things like that as well. The injustice of having so much money and them not doing any good with it. Doesn't seem like they're doing any good with it. Just this disparity of wealth and resources, land grabbing. Something here about like drugs and pharmaceuticals, also around chemicals being put in water, chemicals being put in food, chemicals being sprayed on crops, chemicals being sprayed into the atmosphere. Very much a huge sense of injustice around that as well. Injustice around truth being hidden, narratives being manipulated. So in relation to like history, divine knowledge, sacred knowledge, even world events where the wool has been pulled over people's eyes and the truth of it has not been talked about, hasn't been revealed, the absolute injustice of that. The injustice around like other people not seeing it. Divine justice coming in the Earth Star chakra, and some healing and repairs I'm feeling as well. Also around like the pollution of the earth, around like mining of the earth's resources, of cutting down trees, of animals, the habitats being destroyed, animal populations decreasing. Harming of animals in any way, shape or form, just a load of injustice around this as well. Plants included in this too. Something about the climate change narrative, something about being talked to by so-called people in the know, where they're saying oh, the CO2 is too high, you can't go on planes, and they're jet setting around every day. This sort of hypocrisy type thing, and just like the absolute injustice. Is this energy that we've brought down, travels through the different levels and layers of the earth into the crystal caves. Just feeling like Mother Earth in support of divine justice being done for you, and also where the earth is concerned, and all the nature, the plants, the animals and resources of earth as well. That Mother Earth herself wants divine justice in this regard too. Justice for the exploitation of her, how she's been exploited, how animals have been exploited, how human beings have been exploited. I'm feeling like how crystals have been exploited. As the energy, this grounding cord, continues down into the heart of Mother Gaia, where I'm just going to ask if it's okay to plug you all into Gaia's heart, separately and independently from each other. And calling in Mother Earth Gaia, calling in Mother Earth Gaia, calling in Mother Earth Gaia, and asking Gaia to ground, earth, anchor, connect, and align you to her beautiful energy, and to ensure that you are fully embodied, or as much as you can be, in your physical body right now as well, please, Gaia. So something about a prayer being sent up, so I don't know if this is like you yourself have been praying for the well-being of the earth, for the plants, for the animals, for humanity in general. It just feels like there's this huge ball of energy, and it was popped up, sent up to the heavens, to the divine, and that it's been heard. And it's like Gaia is thanking you for sending prayers to the divine on her behalf. She's very appreciative for that, for your support, for your healing, for you putting that energy towards that for her. And of course the plants, the animals, humanity in general, for change. Oh, just feel it right up the back of my spine. Okay, so Gaia's energy is going to climb up your body, so you might feel that, you might be aware of it. Seeing a lot of green, seeing a lot of like vines sort of energy climbing up you. So I feel like there's something else that we're gonna get into while Gaia is grounding us. Ooh, I can just feel it all down the back of me. And at the Zeal chakra, I've only just recently been made aware this part, the point at where your base of your skull meets the top of your spine is the Zeal chakra. That's being flagged for me. Back of the sacral as well, basically all down the back of you. You might be feeling it, your spine. So tremendous bright white light coming in now. It is it's powerful, but it's not, well, physically it does feel quite intense because you might be feeling it, but again there's this gentleness to it. There's a softness to it. It's not like a feckin' blast in your face type of energy, but it is strong, it is powerful, but again, it's balanced with the gentleness. I'm just inviting you to tune in to yourself, to feel what you can feel, to sense what you can sense with your psychic senses as this bright white light comes all the way down your channel, and you might feel it again down the back of you. And this is divine justice. Seeing the lions roar, so it's not just the male lion that I've been seeing, his whole pride of the female lions also joining in chorus. So you might feel this is a sound healing, like I had mentioned before, light language transmission. You might feel it in your physical body, certainly feeling at the back of the heart there. Feeling it at the throat, front of the heart, but almost like lungs, rib cage type thing. Oh, and in the head, as if those sound waves are reverberating in my skull, is what it feels like. That roar, it's like rattling the insides of me. So it's getting a visual of the lines basically up in my face and roaring, but not in a threatening manner. Like I don't feel threatened, it's just for the sound and feeling those reverberations. Feeling it now in the solar plexus chakra, down in the abdomen, in the sacral. And lower back. So it's a big clear out. I'm healing. I'm healing. It's a big clear out. I'm hearing and healing. Now feeling my whole like energy vibrating. With the strength of these roars. As the Nemean line comes forward with a message. That divine justice will be done, that this Nemean lion and his pride roars for you, roars in support of you, roars that in support that divine justice will be done for you. The roar is like heralding that. And it's something about looking out for the signs in relation to this, that divine justice will be done. Now, if that's going to be like seeing a lion, hearing lions roar, something in relation to lions, or if the sign will be something different, it might be unique to you, but to be on the lookout for that as a reminder that you mightn't be seeing it right now, but it's coming, it's gonna happen. And that then the lion is extending an invitation to you to connect outside of this session, that you can call upon this lion at any time. For some of you, the lion is a power animal. It is a spirit animal guide to check in with yourself to see what's resonating. And if you love this lion energy, you can always ask if one of these lines would be on your healing team of light, would be a spirit animal guide for you, if you would like that support. And then I'm just hearing, hear me roar, and then hearing a chorus of lions roaring. Also feeling like the lion's roar causing particles within you to vibrate in particular, so it's gonna like dislodge maybe stuck energy that you haven't been able to access, that's not for you right now. But in particular, I'm hearing with regards to injustice, if there's any sort of injustice that you've been feeling, it's like this lion's roar is causing those that energy to vibrate out of your system now. So you might be feeling a massive sense of injustice. To just sit with this, we're just going to sit with this feeling right now to process it. I'm going to sit with it for a minute, but it might be after this healing, if you take some time out for yourself to allow the energies to settle, which I always recommend, but again, do what feels best for you. That injustice might come up over the next few days, or indeed weeks or months for some of you. It's important to just acknowledge whatever that injustice is, to work through that energy so that it can release fully from you. Okay, so still feeling that bright white light, that divine justice coming in as well. The lions are still roaring. And Mother Earth Gaia has finished grounding you, so her energy's at your crown. So I'm just going to bring it up into your soul star chakra, up further still into your stellar gateway chakra. And I'm going to ask that you're plugged into the grid that's best for you. Earth grid, galactic grid, could be either, so that you're fully and completely supported above and below, held within a sacred container to walk your path, to receive divine justice for all the injustices you have suffered. Thank you, Gaia. So I'm seeing a white butterfly, which is a message for some of you. Big on animal omens, which is usually messages, the way that I receive messages from the universe. So I would check in and see what the message is, or I would just look up the spiritual meaning of white butterfly and take what resonates. So white butterfly is coming in. It is the symbol that I use for this channel, connecting with spirit, as basically a sign from spirit. That spirit is there, that spirit is with you. Also hearing about spiritual transformation. Okay, and now I'm seeing the eyes of the lion. Like the lion is right in front of my face, looking me dead in the eyes, transmitting some energy to me, because it's like the eyes are the doors to the soul. Feels like bravery, feels like courage. Feels like the energy of standing in your power, standing up for yourself. And I'm hearing, and to not be afraid every once in a while to let out a massive roar. Thank you. And a final blessing coming in. This is from Shekinah, the Holy Spirit. So very high vibrational angelic energy, feeling it very much in the throat. Oh my goodness. And down the back. And in the head. Wow. Just going to ask her to tone that down slightly. Excuse me, a clearing with this blessing. And also an invitation from Shekinah to connect with her for divine guidance, I'm hearing. If you ever feel lost, if you ever feel alone, if you ever feel uncertain about what to do, to connect in with Shekinah. Also something around like truth seeking as well. If you want to find out the truth, to connect in with Shekinah. And indeed Michael, Archangel Michael that is. And again, something about that spark of hope in your heart. It's like Shekinah and Michael, I'm hearing, are nurturing it. So that it can't be extinguished, so that you'll always carry, oh, this is emotional, you'll always carry this little spark of hope within you. And that you'll know that it's there for whenever it is that you need it, when things get really difficult, when things get really dark, that you can always go into your heart and to find or set that intention that you want to connect with that spark of hope within you, and to just connect with that energy, feel that energy, bask in that energy whenever you need to. And this is a gift that they are imparting to you today. So you might feel, I'm feeling it very much at the back of the heart, just as that energy is like being anchored in there. So you might take some time to integrate and adjust, basically. So just to be aware of that. You might There might be some physical symptoms as well in relation to the energy that you have received today, because it's so high vibrational, like a detox for your physical body, detox of emotions, like I had said about the injustice coming up, but other emotions in relation to the circumstances pertaining to the injustice might come up as well for you to have a look at and process. I will leave aftercare guidelines in the description box of this, but it's a good idea to sit with those emotions, to acknowledge them and work through them, even do journaling, or if you like to like dance it out, sing it out, whatever it is that you like to do in order to move that energy out for you, even to talk to a trusted person, whatever feels right. Check in with yourself as well and see what's best for you to support yourself when those sort of difficult feelings and emotions come up for you. Also hearing about cleansing your energy in some way. Water is feeling like it would be the best, a shower, a bath, these sorts of things, with that intention of cleansing your energy fields, and also drinking water to help support your physical body with its detox. But there are other ways to cleanse, you know, with the violet flame, with smudging, sage, just even going out into nature, lying on the ground and asking Gaia to clear your energy fields, or using like a branch of a tree, things like that. Take whatever resonates and whatever feels best for you to do and go with that. Could also be completely different to what I've just mentioned, so just do you. Thank you. And I have the unicorns coming in here at the end, just asking you if there is a wish that you have in your heart, to let that be known to them now, either speaking the words out loud or saying it in your mind, whatever is the most comfortable for you, and the unicorns are going to receive that wish from you now and to support you to bring it into fruition, to manifest it. Also hearing, if you can't think of one now, to just say it later. There's also something about wishing upon a star as well. You can also do that. Or if it's something in relation to a wish that you have made when you saw a shooting star before, it's like the divine, the unicorns want to acknowledge that they've heard you. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to wrap up here and close down, just asking to make sure that you are fully grounded. Earth anchor, connect and align to the heart of Gaia now, please. That you're fully embodied. Which you are. They're just saying you don't need to say that, Kelsey. I'm just going to ask any excess energy is brought down through your chakras and sent into Gaia to be grounded, please. Please balance, harmonize, stabilize, recalibrate, realign all levels, layers, bodies, fields, and systems of everyone now, please, in alignment with divine justice. Zip up everybody's aura, zip up everybody's aura, zip up everybody's aura, so that they are safe, secure, and confident within their energetic field, walking on their path, receiving divine justice. Thank you. I'm just asking that any cords that were formed be pulled out between us and everyone, for them to be pulled out and transmuted, and for the areas where the cords have been pulled out to be healed and repaired. Now, please, I'm also going to ask to be disconnect me from all those energies that I've connected with for this healing session, to return their energy to them and return my energy to me so that we are separate and independent once more. Also going to ask that anything that was open to close it down. Healing portals, vortexes, channels, chakras, the sacred space. Anything that was open, close it down. Anything that was open, close it down for everyone, please. And just want to thank all the energies that were present here. The Nemean lions, the angels, Shekinah, the unicorns. I think that's everybody. All the energies that were here, known and unknown, the healing teams of light, and of course you. Thank you all so very much. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Okay. Thank you very much. If you have made it this far, as usual, 2 hours and 10 minutes is quite the healing. It was quite a tough one today, quite tough energies. So please do look after yourself. Do check in with yourself to see if there's anything that you might need in order to support yourself now, and if any other energies come up, if you're working through things as well. Yeah, it was a tough one energetically, and also very strong energies. And I just want to thank you so much, as always, for being here, for watching my videos, for supporting me. And until next time, take care. Bye bye.